Okay, so we want to also find all the important pieces of this parabola and graph it. And again, you'll notice this is not in that standard form. We need to write it in that form before we can do anything else. I'll point out that our squared variable here is y, so I want to keep everything that's y on this side, and let's move everything else. So let's add the x, subtract the 16. So we'll get y squared plus 6y plus whatever we find, that'll go here, right, equal to x minus 16 plus, again, whatever number we find when we complete the square. So let's take a moment and actually do that, right? So we take 6, we divide it by 2, and we square it, right? So 6 over 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9, so we put a 9 here and a 9 here. So let's take one step and kind of clean that up. So this will give us y squared plus 6y plus 9 is equal to x minus 7. Now, we can factor the left-hand side into y plus 3 all squared. The right-hand side, we don't really need to do anything. On the last one, x, the value here, it was a y last time, had a coefficient, so we had to factor out. In this case, we don't have that. We can just treat that as a group, x minus 7. Now, what's kind of missing is an actual number sitting in this 4p location. Okay, so you could put a 1 there if you want, because we do need to still solve for that 4p value. We can do that right now. In this case, 4p would just be equal to that 1, which means p is 1/4. And it is a positive value. And we'll notice that y is being squared, which makes this horizontal. Okay, because p is positive, that means we're going this way. Okay, so let's fill in some of what we know and start graphing so we can get to stuff we don't know yet. The vertex, remember x's value is always first, so that's 7, -3. We do want to bring out our graph so that we can start getting to the focus and to the axis of symmetry and directrix. Okay, so let's start graphing. I can't really go by halves this time, so we'll just have to graph P very, very close to our vertex because I'm already moving out 7 for our vertex. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and -3, 1, 2, -3. So our vertex is down here. Right, we know we're facing to the right, and everything is kind of very close to each other. We could even zoom in a little bit. The value of P is 1/4. That means we're moving, again, it's very close. Maybe with pencil, these wouldn't quite overlap with each other, right? And so this is our focus. It's very, very, very close. In fact, if we plot that point, we end up with our focus is 7 1/4, -3. That also means our directrix is very close. Let me see. Very close. Okay, so there's your directrix. Again, super, super close. This would be the line x is equal to 6 3/4, right? Because it's 1/4 in the other direction. And then last but not least, we would have our axis of symmetry, right? And this cuts straight through the vertex and the focus, and it's perpendicular to the axis of symmetry, to the directrix, excuse me. So AOS would be, in this case, y is equal to -3. So we can sketch this in. Maybe with a thinner pencil, it might be a little bit more separated, but that will do the trick for us. All right,